Mark Anthony Kaye. Mark, welcome to Red Card, my friend.
Thank you for having me, Anthony. How are you?
I'm good. Pleasure to have you on. Mark, let's talk about it. Anticipation 24 hours away from a massive day for you, for your teammates, for the club TFC2, taking on the Pittsburgh Riverhounds in Vaughan in the new Ontario Soccer Centre Stadium. Talk about the emotions. Talk about how head coach Jason Ben is trying to make you guys calm down, relax, and understand the job at hand that needs to take place.
Well, yeah, it is. It's a big stage for us, obviously, finally to be able to play in our own stadium, call it ours, and what a great town and city to play in front of all the Vaughan supporters. So we're excited for it. And JB, very professional. He knows exactly how we need to calm down, relax, and get ready for a game. It's just another game, right? We have the fans to come back us up. So I think that we'll be ready to push for 3 points.
Mark, you got a lot of games on hand on the New York Red Bulls too, and also on Pittsburgh Riverhounds, who you play tomorrow night. If I'm not mistaken, you've got about 5 or 6 on each of them, and now it is so important with a crush of home games to make some ground on both of them and to really get an energy from the crowd and to get an understanding how important it is to make home a fortress for your club. Talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said before, I had an interview yesterday that as the home team, we can't sit back and we need to be the enforcers. And yeah, we do have a couple of games in hand on these teams. So when we do play them, it's very important that we end up picking up 3 points, because every game that we can pick up 3 points get closer and closer to our end goal of finishing in the top 8, top 6, right? So I think we're getting the hang of it right now in the league, and it should be good tomorrow.
How important is it, Mark, that this is a young squad, that you're all learning together, you're all developing, you're all pulling on the same page, going up against a veteran team like you did in unbelievable conditions? I was there a couple weeks ago against Wilmington, and then you also play Rochester. These are teams also like Charleston that are veteran-laden teams, and your team is a young group who really don't have maybe some of that veteran leadership, and you don't mind, and you guys aren't showing it by going out there and giving it everything you've got each and every minute. Talk about it.
Yeah, I think, well, it just shows that the character that TFC builds in their young players, starting from the academy all the way throughout to us and to the first team. So we're able to battle through, and yeah, we don't have a lot of experience, but it shows that when you really gel together with your teammates, and we've been playing, a lot of us, for a while together now, so it doesn't really matter. Experience helps a little bit, but the fact that we're so driven to get the results always helps.
A lot of credit's got to go to the league last year, where you and Luca and many of the players on this TFC2 played, was League One Ontario, and the coach back then, Michael Stefano, really instilled a lot of confidence in you young men to let you express yourself off on the field there with the style of play you guys played. It wasn't a kick and run, it was a possession, it was a calm game. How important is that transferring over this year to USL, Mark?
Yeah, exactly. It just shows that you have to play the game properly in order to do well in it. Now, as you get to a higher level, you can't just kick and run. You're playing against players who played all over the world and, like you said, are very experienced. So we need to settle the game down and just play our technical ability to the best of our ability, right? So, yes, Michael Stefano helped us last year, and I think, like I said before, because we played with each other for a while, it helps. So you can see it in the games when we play now in the USL.
Mark, let's talk about the travel, the grind in USL. It's not like League One or any other league in Canada where you're traveling every week and you're traveling all over the US of A. I mean, you're going to some places in the deep south, you're going in central, you're going east. I mean, that's got to be different on yourself, not having this type of travel schedule, and others as well. Talk about it.
Yeah, it really does take a toll on your body. It's different because League One, everything was in Ontario, close to home and stuff, but in USL, yeah, you are traveling a lot, so it does demand a lot from you to stay focused and keep a good mentality. But I think we've been doing well with it. It shows from our 8 road games that we ended up picking points, and whenever you can pick up points on the road, you're doing well. So now that we're at home, we need to start winning, and I think that's what we're going to start doing.
Let's get into some lighthearted things, Mark. Who is the jokester on the team? Who lightens things up in the locker room? Who makes things a little bit more enjoyable during training? Who is that?
I think the biggest jokester on our team would have to be Massimo Mirabelli. You probably know him too. He's a fun guy, always keeping the mood light in training, but whenever we need to focus, he's always the one to get us on task. So yeah, the jokester is just definitely not.
Who's the student? Who's the statistician among you guys looking at other teams, collecting stats, all this type of thing on the team?
I would have to say it's probably Wes Sharpie. Came from the States this year in the draft. He's from Florida, and he's a very good professional. And if anyone was to look at stats for the team, it would be him.
Let's talk about your favorite city that you guys have traveled to so far. Where have you enjoyed?
I really enjoyed New York. We actually stayed in New Jersey, but we got to spend one night in New York City, and it was beautiful. It's just like Toronto, just a lot more people. But yeah, it's great. I love traveling, and I'm very happy that we get to go all over the place to play.
Let's talk about the number one facility in regards to whether it's the turf or grass that you've enjoyed so far this year in playing on.
To be honest, I think the best facility that I went to was the Red Bull Stadium. It's ridiculous. I think it's one of the best stadiums in MLS. Perfect grass. So it was very good, and we loved it there.
Mark, as we let you go, obviously we want to talk a little bit about grassroots with only a minute or two left here. Talk about how important it is in the position you play to have that communication aspect between you and your goalkeeper and also the guys in front of you, because you're back there and you're a general, you're looking in front, but you're also making sure that behind you're comfortable with what's going on. How important is it to discuss all these things in training, even when you're not in training, with your goalkeeper, with the guys in front of you, so that you're on the same page and that things aren't happening during the game that could cost you some massive goals against you?
Yeah, communication is one of the biggest key roles in having a good team, and we realize that as you get to higher levels, the communication has to keep growing and growing, right? So whenever we can talk to your players, just to tell them man on anything would be good. So JB lets us know that we can't be quiet on the field, because a lot of we are, the more into the game we are, and we know what we're going to do. So communication is good, and I think over the last couple of days, people can see that our communication has been great, considering that we've gone 3 clean sheets.
Mark, looking forward to hopefully calling a number of goals over the PA system for you guys tomorrow night. Good luck, enjoy the moment, but more importantly, don't forget where you came from, because a lot of young men are looking up to people like yourself and other on TFC2 squad. Congratulations and good luck tomorrow, Mark.
Thank you so much, Anthony.